You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
All set for your flight?
Yep, I've got everything I need. Eye mask, neck pillow, T-Mobile, headphones.
Wait, T-Mobile?
You bet. Free in-flight Wi-Fi. 15% off all Hilton brands. I never go anywhere without T-Mobile. Same goes from a water bottle, chewing gum, nail clippers,
okay,
passport.
I'm gonna leave you to it.
Find out how you can experience travel better at T-Mobile.com/travel.
Qualifying plan required. Wi-Fi were available on select U.S. airlines. Deposit and Hilton Honors membership required for 15% discount. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello, and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge.
And a shocking amount of enthusiasm from Ken.
Yeah, it's a little early for me still, but I'm trying to pull in the enthusiasm on this show. How you doing, Neal? How you doing, Jeff?
Doing all right. Jeff came in today, as Ken noted, didn't say hello to any of us.
Nope. Just said coffee.
Coffee.
And
Matt, how you doing out there in sunny LA?
It's beautiful out here.
Yeah, it's one degree in Chicago right now, so
it's only 70 degrees warmer, so.
I'm jealous. I'm going to be seeing Matt tomorrow. I'm going to be flying out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
I am, yeah.
You crashing on his air mattress, or?
I'm going to crash on the balcony.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Set up a little tent out there?
Little tent?
Charging you next time.
I know, right?
I noticed you're rubbing your shoulder and your arm a little bit. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I've been kind of sore, so I'm supposed to be getting massages every once in a while for migraines, and I don't do it as often as I need to. I got one maybe 4 or 5 months ago. Do you guys get massages at all?
I got my first massage ever about a month ago.
Was it a month ago? So I don't mind massages. They're fine. I mean, other than the normal awkward things that you have, sort of the, them taking out the lotion. We have like, and then like them putting on their hands, or like, and then they finally massage you, and then they breathe really heavy in your ear. I won't do that.
What kind of massages are you getting, Neal?
Well, they're very into. Yeah, exactly. Jeff knows. But I will say though, I don't think there's anything maybe more stressful than the 1 or 2 minutes that they give you when they say, just get undressed, I'll be back in a minute or two, I'll knock, and then just relax, I'll be back in.
And you have to hurry up.
And then they close the door. Yeah, you got to hurry up like you're a Victorian person doing a quickie.
I could just hear the 60 seconds timer in the background.
I know, and then
undo your corset.
And here in Chicago, like I have long johns and boots and all this other stuff, so I'm trying to get undressed, and then I have this weird quandary of, is it underwear or no underwear, and I can't ask now because I'm naked. And then I get under the covers, and I put it on, and I relax. And then I think they're going to come in, and then it's still like another minute or another time that they came in while I was getting undressed. So it's awkward. It's very stressful.
So you skipped your massage? Was that the...
I didn't skip it. I went through with it, but...
Okay. He ran out naked. He couldn't decide.
Those 2 minutes are the uncut gems of the massage world.
Okay. Well, I'd like to apologize to our guest today, who's going to be joining us over Skype. It is Bailie Hildebrand. How you doing? Second appearance on the show, I believe.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, we're great. You're a Cruiserweight champion of the world, so we appreciate that. And you're from Atlanta, so how you doing out there?
It's great. We have a 40-degree weather right now, which in the South is technically freezing.
It's acceptable.
Yeah, we're trying to get through this hard, cold time.
Yeah, sounds like the end of the world down there.
Sounds really hard.
It definitely is.
I'm so sorry for that. Well, you have a game for us. We're really appreciative that you've written the game. You told us it was Office themed. Is that right?
I did. It's Office inspired. But luckily, it's not Office questions. Each round or each question will be a category that is an episode name.
Okay, that sounds fun.
It'll be fun for Office fans and fun for non-Office fans as well.
Sounds good. All right, so I guess me and Jeff are going to be a team. What do you want to be? Scott's Tots? How about that?
Oh, That's
the most brutal
possibly
episode.
the hardest episode.
I don't even know what that's referencing.
We'll watch it later.
Okay. Yeah, Matt, I don't know anything about The Office, so any names from you?
I think inspired by how cold you guys out there, we can be Kevin's famous chili.
Oh, nice.
Kevin's famous chili. Oh, is that the meme where he like drops the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I know all the memes.
They're going to get to know each other in the pot, Neil.
Okay, and Jeff, please refrain from saying that's what she said too many times.
Only when it's appropriate.
All right, so in honor of this Office-themed game, let's do the Scarn rules reading, which we haven't used in months and months. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
There's a whole crowd of people out there who need to learn how to do
The Cream. Well, my name's Sam Carr, and I'm here to say the rules of the game in a major way. First, you answer 10 questions, and that's the first round. Then 10 more questions, and that's the second round. Halftime bonus, swing round theme, that's how you be the cream. Answer 10 questions, and that's the first round. Then 10 more questions, and that's the second round. Bet on the final, 30 points each, that's how you be the cream. The cream of the crop!
It's nice to dig that one back out.
Yeah. Custom rules reading recordings are one of our Patreon perks.
But we need more, so send us all you musically inclined people.
Yeah, let's bring that back.
Yeah.
Well, without further ado, why don't you take it away?
Awesome. So question 1 is in the category of basketball. What city brought home the first NBA championship for the 1946-1947 season thanks to a team that has since relocated?
Okay, we're locked in.
Would be my guess.
Matt, how you feeling about
You got
this?
a good, solid guess on this one?
Yeah, I mean it's tough. My knowledge doesn't go back that far. I'm thinking. I mean, he said relocated, so not the Celtics. Philadelphia had a team. Then they were the Warriors, and they got moved to like 7 different cities after that.
Some good logic there.
Yeah, and because they didn't get the 76ers till the ABA, and then that came around. We can lock in. You said you needed the city, right?
Correct.
I think we could go with Philadelphia.
Cool. I'm good with that.
We're just going with the Minneapolis Lakers.
Well, the answer is the Philadelphia Warriors.
Nice, Matt.
No surprises there.
No. Well, Matt's favorite type of basketball is where there's wicker baskets and they throw it underhand.
Yeah.
Matt is definitely...
He's got to climb up the ladder and get it out of there.
Yeah.
Matt is definitely the Kevin of this group in terms of sports knowledge and betting acumen.
Mm-hmm. And hairline now.
Hey, me too, man. Me too.
All right. Question number 2 in the category of local ad. What Soviet leader appeared in a Pizza Hut commercial?
Well, there was somebody in between Putin, I think.
And who I just said?
Dmitry.
The guy right before.
Dmitry Mendeleev?
Yeah, right. That's the name that keeps popping into my head.
Well, I guess that wouldn't be Soviet, would it?
Right. I was trying to think if there was someone after the name you mentioned.
Okay, we're putting in a guess here. This is pretty hard for us, so.
Matt, I have no gauge on this question other than it was the 90s, I'm guessing, and they were known for like their weird cameos and whatnot. So what's the name of the guy with the birthmark?
I don't know.
Is that the one Reagan argued with? Was it Gorbachev?
Gorbachev. Yeah.
Gorbachev. So he had the birthmark. I wonder if they made some sort of like pizza slice birthmark.
Disgusting.
It does sound, but it's the 90s,
really
so I just
insulting too.
It is, but I don't doubt it because it's the So I don't know. Do you want to go with him?
Yeah, sounds good. We're not going to come up with anybody else. So.
Yeah, we didn't have anyone better than Gorbachev, so that's what we went with.
Well, that was a good direction to go in because Gorbachev is the right answer.
Yay.
Right.
How about that?
Nice.
The one thing that we know is the correct thing.
I presume it
Yeah.
didn't have anything to do with a birthmark pizza slice.
We'll have to find out.
It's a great commercial. So, question number 3 is in the category of blood drive. Mosquitoes are most attracted to what blood type? And I just need the letter. You don't have to go positive or negative or anything like that.
So for me, it would be a complete toss-up since I didn't know it was a thing, Jeff.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you
I'm
have
trying to
any-
remember if I have any insight here.
So this one then.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
We're locked in.
What do you think, Matt? I don't know much about blood.
Yeah, I would think that with the prevalence of mosquitoes, it'd probably be the most popular blood type, which I believe is O negative, but it might be O positive. I always get those mixed up. So I think if we just go with type O.
Go with the O, maybe?
Yeah, big O.
Big O. All right.
Yeah, we went with O.
And the answer is O. Great job.
Sweet.
I was basing that on the fact that I get eaten alive all the time, and I'm type O.
Same here. Yeah.
I like these questions, Bailie, because I think you're building our confidence. I just have a weird sinking feeling that it's just going to come crashing down soon.
It might. It might. Question 4 is in healthcare. In the mid-20th century, if a doctor told you the rabbit died, what condition are you being diagnosed with?
Oh, man.
The rabbit died. The early 20th century, that's what you said?
The mid-20th century.
The mid-20th century.
So about the late 50s to the late 70s.
Okay. Let's see, late 50s to late 70s. That's like reefer madness territory. So maybe you're being diagnosed with reefer madness.
Chasing the white rabbit?
Okay. Yeah.
Just as a joke on the...
Well, it could be right.
Yeah.
Okay, you're locked in?
Yeah.
Okay. Matt, anything on here?
Not particularly. I was thinking it might have been like an STD, just because they might not have said, the names, because it's like a taboo in order to.
The old rabbit's foot STD.
Yeah, I don't know. So I just wrote chlamydia, but I don't think that's right.
No, I mean, that's not a bad guess. The only thing I could think of was just the Alice in Wonderland reference. Maybe, the rabbit was the messenger with the queen and stuff like that. Maybe it's something to do with like the nervous system or the messages from the brain to the body.
Dementia, then.
That's possible. He was always running late, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, like something. But yeah, I mean, I'm fine with going chlamydia. It's always a good answer.
I think I like dementia better.
Dementia? Okay.
I think your idea was better.
Okay, we'll go with dementia.
So Jeff hastily wrote down.
Right. So based on the idea that rabbits breed a lot and quickly, we guessed impotence.
Okay, so some of y'all were dancing around the right answer. It's actually pregnancy. And the reason for that is there's a hormone produced during pregnancy that finds its way into urine. And so the urine was then injected into a rabbit. And a few days later, the rabbit would be killed and dissected so that its ovaries could be studied. If the ovaries were deformed, that meant the hormone was present and the patient was pregnant. So that was a euphemism. The rabbit died, but the rabbit always died when they dissected it.
My God.
Wow. That is...
What a dark corner of medical history.
Yeah. And it was so recent.
I was not ready for that.
You like walk down the hall, like Dr. Jeff's on the right doing lobotomies, Ken's on the left killing rabbits.
Now, Neal, are you having second thoughts about your Haas and Pfeffer lunch that you prepared for yourself? Or
as I pull the hairs from my lips, I am a little bit. I prefer my Haas and Pfeffer fully furred.
Gross.
So question 5, the chump. For more than 80 years, an elaborate hoax robot, the Mechanical Turk, fooled royalty, politicians, and other notable figures as he engaged in what activity?
We're locked in.
Have you ever heard of this, Matt?
I have not, no.
A hoax robot.
As a robot myself, I would think I would know more.
It looks really creepy, too. It's really cool.
I have no idea. I don't know why I was thinking of Nutcracker, but I don't know why that would fool anyone.
Yeah, and I was thinking like chess playing, or I don't know.
Oh, that's not bad. I mean, some sort of game.
Yeah, because they could play, not in person, but
yeah, I like that. It's either that or Zoltar, so maybe we should go with chess.
Okay, yeah, chess. Sure. Playing chess.
And we are going with fortune. No, I'm just kidding. We're going with chess.
Awesome. What a great pool, guys. It is chess. He played Benjamin Franklin and beat him. He played Napoleon Bonaparte. And they believed it was an actual robot that was playing chess against them, but it was actually a chess master inside the machine.
That's so weird.
But the way that the machine worked was almost as cool as the idea of an AI playing chess.
Right.
Like it was very complex.
Oh, wow.
It was very cool. Looks like we have 30 points over at Scott's Tots, and you guys are pulling 40 points.
40, yeah. Kevin's famous chili.
Awesome. So moving on to the next round, Booze Cruise. Although cleared of charges in 1990, Joseph Hazelwood is best remembered for his involvement in what infamous drinking and boating workplace accident?
I have an idea.
Great, yeah, because I have nothing, so.
What do you think about like the Natalie Wood thing? I don't think that was an accident, but well, maybe it was I don't know. I wasn't on the boat, so I don't know any other like drinking, boating, workplace crossovers.
Right. I mean, I know some boat crashes, but none of them that I can think of were drinking related.
All right, let's say the Natalie Wood murder, accident, disappearance, whatever you want to call it.
Matt, this isn't going to help, but I just sprung something in my memory. When I was studying in London, we had a booze cruise, like before I left, after we studied or whatever. And I have a picture of it. I should post it here. But anyway, it's me with my friend and roommate who ended up being on The Real World. And I have that photo ring that I talked about.
Yeah.
And I realized I looked at it the other day. I was on a boat called the Dutch Master, which is so weird. So I'll post it. It's pretty cool. But what's your idea?
I think around this time there was a guy who was he was like a boat captain, and he was drunk and he crashed, and it was an oil tanker.
Oh no.
And it spilled a bunch of oil into the Gulf of Mexico, I think. Something around there. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he was a drunk captain who crashed his boat and spilled a bunch of oil.
I like that. I think that's a good answer. Let's go with that.
Joseph Hazelwood was the captain in the Exxon Valdez oil spill.
Give him credit.
Yeah, I think so. It was an oil spill, so.
Was he drunk? I don't know. Maybe.
Well, about 10 hours later, he was breathalyzed and he was legally drunk. But then in 1990, witnesses came forward and said he wasn't drunk at the time of the accident.
He was still drunk 10 hours later.
Yeah. And I don't know why you would go out drinking right after.
Well, you want to forget that, I would imagine.
Yeah. We tested him 3 days later and he was still drunk.
Yeah.
So, question number 7 is Scott's Tots.
Hey, we better get this one.
Yeah.
The first successful temporary insanity defense in a U.S. murder trial was used by Congressman Dan Sickles when he was on trial for killing his wife's lover in 1859. The victim was the son of what patriotic poet?
Oh, I think I got it.
All right, we're locked in.
What are you thinking here?
Well, it's Scott's Tots, which would mean child of Scott. It could be F. Scott Fitzgerald. That makes sense, right? It's the poet of, right? Doesn't that make sense?
Maybe. I'm trying to think of the timeline though, because let's see.
Wasn't he in that cafe with you in the 20s?
He was, and he wasn't that old in the 20s, so that's why he would have been a teenager by the time.
Oh yeah.
This died. But he looked an awful lot like a Norse god for some reason. I mean, I'm fine going with it because I have no other better answer. I don't know if it was like a colonial person.
Scott Key or...
Oh, patriotic poet. That's pretty good.
That's probably who I was actually thinking of.
Francis Scott Key. Yeah, you're right with the Scott. That's actually really good. I'm glad you pulled that. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, and famous for the poem that gave us our national anthem.
The overly long national anthem.
We said Francis Scott Key.
Yep, that's right. The man murdered was Philip Barton Key, and he was the son of Francis Scott Key. And
he got around.
Yep, F. Scott Fitzgerald is distant relative.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah. So there's a connection.
Way.
Yeah.
So if you guys didn't know this, though, in the original parchment that Francis Scott Key wrote the lyrics for the Star Spangled Banner.
Neil's got a stupid grin on his face. Let's see what he says.
I was just going to say, a lot of people don't know that there is all of the extra runs all the pop stars add in there. So they just, it's in the original.
Okay.
thought it was going to be a National Treasure
Me too.
reference.
I was waiting for that.
And at the top it says written for Christina Aguilera.
Right, yeah. And then, National Treasure 3, they're developing it, though. It's coming out now, for sure.
Okay.
The writer of Bad Boys 3. Get ready, guys, right now.
That seems necessary.
Get ready.
National Treasure for life.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see what Benjamin Franklin Gates is up to. Probably nothing.
All right. Question number 8, the injury.
We need to steal the Liberty Bell.
It's too heavy. Let's steal the Constitution. We already did that. Okay, let's go steal
The Statue of Liberty.
There you go. And then they bring in David Copperfield.
To rotate a platform and get stooges.
You guys don't understand. It's just mirrors.
All right. Question 8 and the injury. Alluded to in paintings such as Henry Ford Hospital and the Broken Column, what artist started painting after surviving a horrific bus accident?
I think I know this, but I need to talk because I don't know the name.
Okay.
Sounds familiar. Sounds like something I would have heard, but
I don't know this at all, so we're just gonna pick a
It's fine.
somewhat contemporary American artist due to the Henry Ford Hospital reference.
What are you thinking, Matt?
I think it's the lady with the eyebrows.
Oh, Frida Kahlo?
Yeah, because I think there was a movie, and I remember that being part of it.
Oh, yes. I kind of remember that.
Do you want to go with that? Because I think that's... Okay.
Let's go with Frida Kahlo, yeah.
Yeah, she was in a body cast in part of that movie, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we said Hopper.
All right. So it was Frida Kahlo.
Matt is on fire.
Yeah, she was impaled, actually, and her spine had been broken in 3 places, her right leg in 11 places, shoulder dislocated, collarbone broken. So, yeah, it was a very serious accident.
Yeah, I remember watching the movie in the one art class I took in college like a million years ago.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, it's worth something.
10 points.
Not however many thousands of dollars you paid.
Yeah, right.
That was community college, so it was like $20, so I'm good.
Nice.
Pretty cool. All that great art came out of some unfortunate pain, though. At least she was able to share it.
Yeah, exactly. Question number 9 is in the Dundies. The Emmys is basically like the Dundies of TV, right? Well, what was the last sitcom with a laugh track to win an Emmy for Outstanding Comedy?
Yeah, we're good.
Did The Big Bang Theory ever win?
It won Best Actor, but
I hope not.
If you start going back past that, like The Office is like the cutoff for shows without a laugh track, right? Isn't that when it kind of starts?
yeah, the single camera stuff, yeah.
Because Modern Family, Parks and Rec, they don't.
Right.
I mean,
That's
Arrested
true.
Development in 2003 with the mockumentary style kind of kicked
I mean,
off too.
Frasier was a titan in those awards. I don't know if like the last season it won, and then it started going single camera stuff like with The Office and whatnot.
Yeah.
But Big Bang Theory, I almost feel like it's a random show too, like Mike and Molly or something, like won it randomly. But that would have been like a Golden Globe. Possibly.
CBS is the only channel that's still like lagging behind and still doing that.
3 camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laugh track, yeah.
Then let's go Frasier.
Frasier? Okay.
Ma!
Oh, yeah.
Deb! Raymond.
I can't believe you didn't know we won the Emmy.
We're going to go with Everybody Loves Raymond.
That's correct. It's Everybody Loves Raymond in 2005.
Answer courtesy of Jeff, impressions courtesy of me.
Hey.
Ma! I'm hungry.
It was still on in 2005.
I always forget about that show.
Deb can kura.
Yeah, I think it was its final season.
Cannot believe that.
Isn't that crazy? I'm glad he's doing like some cool little dramatic roles now and stuff.
My daughter's sick.
Wild Hogs 3 or
Riveting.
The Wild Hogs cinematic universe.
The Hogverse.
the Hogverse, yeah. And then instead of Infinity War or Endgame, it's the colonoscopy. Excuse me, the colonoscopy, because it's Colin Jost. That's why.
All right, question number 10, the fire. Although fires on the Cuyahoga River were not uncommon, the 1969 fire sparked a nationwide outcry for environmental regulation that ultimately led to the formation of the EPA and the Clean Water Act. In what U.S. state is the Cuyahoga River?
Reluctant.
Yeah, and we're also very, very glad that all of our environmental issues have been solved thanks to the EPA.
Right. It was many years ago. Cuyahoga, that sounds really familiar. It sounds like it's an East Coast thing, like Maryland, D.C.
Mm-hmm. Virginia,
something like that.
maybe.
Virginia. I don't know why I think I've heard it on the West Wing. It could be a complete West Coast thing, like Washington State.
You've heard it on the West Wing, so we could stay in the East Coast. Do you think? You said Maryland, right? Was that one of the first ones you said?
Yeah, Maryland, Cuyahoga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like it's there's some turmoil on the Cuyahoga. Senator Johnson bribes his cleaning person. I don't know.
The lobbyist, the
lobbyist, right?
Environmental lobbyist.
The Lysol lobbyist.
Yeah. That's fine. I was thinking actually like Wyoming. Like I was thinking the other way.
Oh, I mean you're on fire today, so let's go Wyoming because I'm talking about a Lysol lobbyist.
The Cuyahoga was on fire.
Who
3 times.
Who fulfills 99.9% of deals.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Wyoming.
Did you know this one before I wrote it down?
Can't remember.
Okay. So, funny enough, my inroad to this, the first time I knew about it was, it's actually in a reference, in an original song written in the first season of 30 Rock. They joke about how lovely the Cuyahoga is as Liz and her boyfriend flee to the Cleve, because the Cuyahoga runs through Cleveland. So this would be Ohio.
Yeah, that's correct. Ohio. Thank you, 30 Rock.
Was that on Drew Carey? Maybe that's where I heard it from.
He was in Cleveland.
I know, but it's in Ohio still.
Okay, after the first round, it is 60 for Scott's Tots and Kevin's famous chili cooking up a pot of 70 points.
Awesome. So our midpoint today is inspired by the episode where Michael Scott has to complete counseling with his nemesis, Toby Flenderson. The episode name is Counseling, and we're going to be talking about psychologists and psychiatrists from film and TV.
Oh, okay.
That makes it easier. Whew.
I was like, okay.
So I'm going to give you the name of the psychologist or psychiatrist and a date range, if it's a TV show or a single date, if it's a movie. And you're going to give me the movie or TV series that it's from. And the date range isn't necessarily the run date of the series itself, but the psychologist or psychiatrist involvement in it.
Sounds
so number 1 is Tobias Funke, 2003 to 2006, and then from 2013 to 2019. Number 2 is Charles Kroger, 2002 to 2008. Number 3 is Jennifer Melfi, 1998 to 2007. Number 4 is Sean McGuire, 1997. Number 5 is Leo Marvin, 1991. Number 6 is Ben Sobel, 1999 and 2002. Number 7 is Madeline Madden, 2006. Number 8 is Amanda Reisman, 2017 to present. Number 9 is Sidney Freeman, 1973 to 1983. And number 10 is Malcolm Crowe, 1999.
Okay, before we go over our answers here, let's talk really quick about TriviaCon. We're going to be making our way back out to Vegas for Sporkle Convention, right, Neil?
That's right. If you don't get a chance to see us here in Chicago at Geek Bowl, just that next month, TriviaCon, April 3rd to April 5th, we're going to be at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, where podcast favorite Penn and Teller perform every night. And yeah, you'll get to see a live version of our game, right, Jeff?
That is correct.
Yeah, you can win some money. You can have a cash prize. There's going to be some other prizes as well. We talked about maybe doing a Macho Man impression contest for a prize, so maybe work on those maybe.
And we're going to be betting that you'll be there.
Ooh, I like that, Ken. And I think the odds are forever in our favor. Right, Matt?
Yeah, and I'm going to be hosting a wrestling trivia thing too. So all those wrestling fans, get out there because we're going to have it's WrestleMania weekend, I believe, and there's going to be some wrestling trivia. So
All right. Well, we're going to elbow drop these answers right now. Right? Is that a thing? People's elbow?
I'm going to sharpshoot him.
You can do an elbow drop. I mean, that's Macho Man's finishing move. And we're going to be at 3 p.m. on Saturday, April 4th, just for those attending. So you can come out, $250 cash prize, some prizes for first and second, as we said. And we'd enjoy doing this, and we'd love to see all of you. So come say hi.
Okay, we've delved deep into our psyches to come up with these answers, and let's find out what they are.
All right. So number 1, Tobias Funke.
All right. So for number 1, as Matt said, he's the first analrapist. What? I can't even say.
Analrapist.
Analrapist.
Yeah. Don't look at his business cards.
Tobias Funke is in Arrested Development.
Mm-hmm. Also said Arrested Development.
Got to be careful with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it was Arrested Development. Number 2, Charles Kroger.
We looked at the timeline for this one. The name didn't ring a bell, but we thought maybe it was Monk.
Ooh, that's a great guess. Matt, you can take this one as your guess.
Yeah, I just looked at the time frame and thought, and I don't even think there's a therapist on the show, but there probably should have been, as Jeff was saying repeatedly. We said Lost.
Yep, Dr. Kroger is the patient and helpful doctor on Monk.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
Good poll.
Great poll.
Yeah, wonderful. Number 3, Jennifer Melfi.
A character who I was always in fear for her life, as she was the therapist for Tony Soprano. We said The Sopranos.
Yeah, I believe that was Lorraine Bracco on Sopranos.
Yep, Sopranos. Number 4, Sean McGuire.
We said in 97, a few years after being left by himself for the second time, Kevin McAllister needed some serious therapy for Home Alone.
It's not your fault, Ken. It's not your fault.
Oh, no.
We said Good Will Hunting.
Yep, Good Will Hunting.
It was my fault.
I don't like these apples.
All right, number 5, Dr. Leo Marvin.
Well, that enthusiasm makes me think that we're wrong with Silence of the Lambs.
You need to take baby steps to the answer. It's What About Bob?
Yep, one of my favorite Bill Murray movies, What About Bob?
I've never seen that one.
And I was doing the impression of when he goes to his doctor's small little beach town, and he goes to the town center and just starts yelling out, Dr. Leo Marvin, trying to find him.
It's a really funny. It holds up pretty well.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, number 6, Ben Sobel.
Yep, this is a movie that I watched for the first time this year for some reason, and lucky I did. It's Analyze This / That.
You're good, you.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, that's what we thought too. We thought it was Analyze This,
you,
Analyze That.
You.
Yep, Analyze This, Analyze That. Number 7, Madeline Madden.
This was a difficult one. We assume it's a movie because it's just 2006, and I just put Identity because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, we didn't know either. I thought maybe this was in Batman, so he said Batman Begins.
It is The Departed.
Oh.
The Departed.
Vera Farmiga.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
All right, number 8, Amanda Reisman.
Just a guess based on the years. Again, we said Westworld.
Yeah, I knew recently there was a therapist on Big Little Lies, but I wasn't sure, and we just knew there was one there, so we said Big Little Lies.
A wonderful pull from Neal's team is Big Little Lies.
Wow.
Oh, I feel less bad now.
Yep, haven't seen that one.
Number 9, Sidney Freeman.
Yeah, Jeff looked at the years on this one and said, what about
MASH?
Mm-hmm. Similar thought process over here. Said MASH.
That's right. It's MASH.
Wow. Yay. Good job, Jeff.
That was all you, Matt. Good. Nice job on that.
Was that the robot in Futurama that just keeps flipping between like maudlin and irreverent?
Yeah.
And number 10, Malcolm Crowe.
This one we weren't sure. We figured we were going to be eating crow. What we knew was 99, a lot of great movies, and we just said maybe it's Fight Club.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Neal didn't know this one. I kept trying to tell him the answer, but he wasn't responding to me because I'm already dead. It's Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Yep, it's The Sixth Sense.
Didn't even think of that.
Awesome. Well, y'all did really well in that round.
Following the swing round, Kevin's famous chili has increased the flavor magnitude to 105. Scott's Tots fallen a little behind with 90.
Awesome. Close game, everybody. Now getting into the second half in the category of dinner party. The great-great-granddaughter of what woman wrote Higher Etiquette, a guide to the world of cannabis from dispensaries to dinner parties?
Should we just take a guess here, Jeff?
Yeah, something along those lines.
All right, we're going to lock in with a guess.
So my first thought I was thinking was like Julia Child, but it can't be, great-great-granddaughter, right? So you're looking at somebody from the late 1800s, probably.
What's that famous etiquette book? Like Miss Brown's? I can't remember.
Miss Brown? I don't know. Somebody famous for manners, right? So you're looking at...
Oh, yes, it's the Manners. Yeah, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Maybe we should just go with like, no, not Mary Todd.
With a lucky last name, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like John, what's Anthony? Susan? No, it wouldn't be Susan B. Anthony's great.
Go with a Lucky Bierce?
A Lucky Bierce.
Smith, Anderson.
Smith, yeah. Smith, whatever you want to go for.
Smith.
Okay, we're going to just say Jane Austen? I don't know.
Well, it was actually Emily Post who wrote the original etiquette Bible.
Oh.
I knew it had to do something with that. I just didn't know the name.
Yeah. We knew what it was. We just didn't know anything else about it.
You weren't going to get a lucky post, I don't think.
I don't think so. Cody Parkey got a lucky post. An unlucky post.
So did Spielberg.
That's right.
We'll edit in post. It's fine.
And Jeff Bezos.
Awesome. The next question is in stress relief. In physics, stress is defined as force divided by what?
I can't read your tiny handwriting upside down. Yeah. Okay, we are trying to recollect our high school physics classes, and we came up with a thing.
It's going about as well as our high school physics classes.
Right. I got an A, or maybe a B.
Now, Matt,
I didn't understand it, but I got away with it.
You did the homework. Did the extra credit.
Got away with it. Let's put it that way.
Matt, I do, and I'm not a science man, as you know. And I don't know much about physics, but I just thought
Neal is actually mixing some liquid with beakers right now. I think
it's
just coffee and water.
Actually, that's
though.
an Erlenmeyer flask.
Chlorophyll.
My bad.
More like borophyll. I don't know why. I just feel like force may be divided by resistance. I don't know. That kind of sounds like a physicsy thing.
Was also resistance, because I think stress is the pressure put on something before it breaks. So the force divided.
I know a lot about this actually in my personal life.
Yeah, we all deal with this formula quite a lot. Yeah, I don't know. You thought about that too?
Because resistance would be a measurable unit that you can divide force by. So I think resistance makes sense. So we can lock in with that.
I agree too. Now, if you multiply force and resistance, you beat the empire. But in this case, we want force divided by resistance.
And we said divided by area.
Well, one team is getting points. It is area.
Oh. For a second there, Bailie, you made me think I was smart.
I think resistance is an electrical term.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Akadaka?
I'm kind of surprised that we got it. It makes sense, but I'm still surprised.
I'm not. We figured it out.
So the next category is in Dream Team. Large enough to sleep your entire dream team, what U.S. state is the namesake for the largest mattress size commercially available in the U.S.?
I think I know this one, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I think this is what I'm going to be sleeping on when I come visit you.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the California Kings.
A California King.
Yeah, we said California King.
Well, they're actually 2 sizes larger than the California King.
Gasp.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Utah mega bed.
The Utah mega church.
There's the Wyoming, and then the biggest is the Alaska.
Ooh.
Wow.
I thought Alaska was just a dessert.
Yeah.
This could be the biggest twist in Triviality history. The Alaska, what is it called? The Alaska
Yeah,
something?
the Alaskan King.
Frontier.
The Alaskan King.
Which sounds like the new season of True Detective or something. All right. So our next question is in the category of Niagara. Of the 3 main falls at Niagara Falls, which is the largest in terms of both height and width?
Reluctant.
We were there.
You were there.
Yep.
Yeah.
3 a.m. on a very, very cold morning.
Perhaps illegally.
Probably not. We did call the Park Service and tell them we were going in, so
it's fine.
I don't remember the names, Matt. I feel like Jeff was there and he's like, oh, we're American, we're on the American side, but in reality, it's better on the other side.
I like the Canadian side better.
Yeah, and we couldn't get there, so I don't know if there's a specific
better
name for that.
Better healthcare on the Canadian side.
Right, yeah. I think it's the Canadian side. I don't know what you'd call that,
They have
though.
commercialized the crap out of their side, though.
What are we looking for, Bailie? Like, is it a certain name?
It is, and it goes by 2 names.
And he said it's Canadian and it's commercialized, so the Tim Horton Fall.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Fine.
We said Horseshoe Falls, which I think is the name of the largest one.
Based on shape.
Yes.
That's correct. It's the Horseshoe Falls are the Canadian Falls.
Matt, our luck is drying up here. We have no horseshoes left.
All right. Our next question is one of my favorite Office episodes, Mafia. When 3-6 Mafia won the 2006 Academy Award for Best Original Song, what fellow nominee congratulated them by saying, "We're so proud of you guys, and I'm just glad that the Oscar came back to Tennessee one way or another"?
The thing I like about this one is that right after they won, Jon Stewart said, 3-6 Mafia, 1. Martin Scorsese, 0.
Yeah, that was good,
At
yeah.
the time, Martin Scorsese hadn't won an Oscar for directing or Best Picture.
Neil looks like he's struggling, but I have an idea.
What are you thinking? I do have one idea.
So it said bringing it back to Tennessee, most famous person in music from Tennessee, probably Dolly Parton.
That was my guess, actually.
Yeah, and I think I remember her being nominated for an Oscar at some point in that time period.
All right, and we are going to say it was Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga with their faces really, really close together.
It was everyone's favorite lady, Dolly Parton.
Nice. I'm glad we're on the same
Well done,
wavelength.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
After the first half of that round, Kevin's Famous Chili, 115, and Scott's Tots, 110, so it's getting a little closer.
All right. And our next category is Secretary's Day. What Secretary of State survived an assassination attempt on the same night that Lincoln was assassinated?
Oh, I read about this.
I know. I've heard this too, and I'm not going to get there.
I'm not either.
Because he was that under the next president, so.
Yeah, that's good with me.
Okay, we're locked in.
Maybe generals around that time or something, like Grant or... that's the only one I can think of.
Grant was a Secretary of State right before he became...
Possibly. I just know he was... Jared Harris played him in Lincoln. That's all I got.
Yeah, so that's your inroad? Okay, so Grant.
Okay.
Okay, so assuming Lincoln was assassinated and then Andrew Johnson took over the presidency and everybody kind of stuck around, I believe, was it Seward? Seward?
Yeah.
Was the guy who acquired the Alaskan territory under Johnson's presidency.
And was that 68?
Whatever.
Like that, yeah.
But we're saying Seward.
Yep, it is Seward. And he actually, he was attacked while he was in bed recovering from being in a carriage accident. And the only thing that saved his life was that he had a neck brace on that was metal. And so when the guy tried to stab him in the neck, it was deflected.
That's why I wear a metal neck brace every time I go to sleep.
And that was actually the invention of the Alaskan King. He was in an Alaskan King. The bed was so large that the man just couldn't reach him in time with the knife.
I felt pretty attacked in my bed myself when my alarm went off this morning. So
did you? Yeah.
All right. So our next category is Suit Warehouse. Edna Mode, the Incredibles character who created their super costumes, was inspired by this costume designer who holds the record for most Academy Awards won by a woman.
We can both Neal and I are picturing her, but we don't know, right?
No, I know this. I know this fact all the time. Not like right now for some reason. I'm having a bad brain fart.
We're gonna tap. We're just gonna say no capes.
You got nothing, Neal?
No, it would take me a while. I would get there. I always do know this one. I can't pull it right now.
As soon as you hear it, you'll be mad at yourself.
Yes.
We'll say Bob Mackey, even though it's wrong.
All right, and you are gonna kick yourself. It is Edith Head.
Yes. Man. Sorry.
To who? Edith?
Or just the world. And to Edith, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. We're all right.
I know she's a big fan.
And our next question is in the category of Casino Night. What president was so good at poker that he used his winnings to fund a majority of his House of Representatives campaign?
Wow.
Trying to narrow the list down by thinking about people who served as reps specifically, if I can think of any. Because quite a lot of them are governors or generals or senators, usually first.
I have a idea about somebody.
Yeah, that was where my gut went.
I don't know if he served in that position, but
I think he did, but I don't know.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
The first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calvin Coolidge sounds like he'd be good at gambling.
Very silent.
Yep. Was he religious as well?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have a good poker face.
Yeah, I was gonna say the song "Poker Face" based off of Calvin Coolidge.
I'm
good with whatever president you want to go with. Warren G.
Warren G. Yeah.
Wait, is that a president?
Harding? Yes.
I'm just thinking of the rapper.
With Jerry poking around the corner, telling him what the other hand was.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed like he liked to party. I don't know.
And regulate.
Let's go with Warren G. Harding.
Okay.
We're going with a president. Okay. We're going with a president that's known for doing cool stuff, and we went with Teddy Roosevelt.
Well, his poker opponents may have called him a crook. It was Nixon.
Oh, man.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
He's
yeah.
a rep for California?
Yeah, I guess so. All right, and our next question is in the category of drug testing. The first athlete to be disqualified from the Olympics for drug use was a Swedish pentathlete who consumed what commonly abused drug prior to competing in the 1968 Olympics.
He was abusing the poppy seed bagel.
Just slamming the free buffet.
Yeah.
Are you locked in?
We're going to lock in with kind of a weird guess.
How are you feeling, Matt? I have a few ideas.
So I was thinking potentially like coffee.
I was there too, because it's the 60s, like the first person. I was thinking, maybe caffeine.
Yeah, and it's commonly abused. I guess it's tough to.
I suppose they could have argued that he had extra energy from the caffeine. It was either that or something like cough medicine or something that would have had like an amphetamine in it, like a pseudoephedrine.
Right. So cough medicine was my other thought. I don't know how that would help your performance.
Well, if it had like pseudoephedrine in it, it would like jack you up a little bit, like
right.
So maybe he just had a bunch of cough medicine or NyQuil or something, and it just gave him extra energy as well, like crack.
The crusty cough syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want with?
I guess we could go. I mean, caffeine seems kind of funny because it was the 60s, and like them outlawing that seems kind of outlandish.
Yeah. Let's do caffeine or coffee, whatever.
We also said caffeine.
And the answer is actually alcohol.
He was drunk.
Yeah, reportedly he had 2 beers to calm his nerves before competing.
That's more impressive then.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, that's not performance enhancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the event where you have to shoot the gun. So, and our last question of the regular round is in cocktails. An 1874 prank involved patrons being sent bar to bar, pursuing a man they believed to be slandering them. Although the slanderous man was fictional, you can still hear his name in any cocktail bar today. What cocktail is named for this fictional slanderous man?
Oh boy.
I was trying to think of cocktails that have names.
Oh,
That's pretty
this
funny.
round was not good for us.
We're locked in.
So the only name I can think of in the cocktail world is Tom Collins.
I also thought Tom Collins. That doesn't mean it's right, obviously.
You're gonna eat those words, Tommy. I don't know. That's like some weird bar crawl people.
I mean, it is an old-timey name, too. All right, let's just go with it.
Yeah, Tommy Collins.
All right, we picked another drink named after a man, but with a sillier name. That might be fictional. We went with Harvey Wallbanger.
Oh.
Well, in 1874, if you went to a bar, your friends might say, hey, do you know a guy named Tom Collins? Because he's talking all about you behind your back, and he's drinking at this place, and they would go to that place and ask the bartender, where's Tom Collins? And that bartender would send him to another bar, and so on and so forth.
And they really had nothing to do back then.
Yeah.
The war was over. They're like, what are we going to do now?
They had nothing to do but go bar to bar, and then one guy was just banging walls.
And thus the Harvey Wallbanger was born.
Some random dude named Harvey in the corner just rubbing up against a wall.
First,
Glory. You know, Harvey Wallbanger. So you've seen the movie Harvey with Jimmy Stewart, where he has an imaginary rabbit. The sequel is where he's just sexually attracted to walls. Oh yeah, that wall feels nice. Yeah. Hey, give me some of that wallpaper.
Well, that'll end that round.
All right. Looks like it's 125 for Kevin's famous chili to 120 Scott's Tots. So it's all going to come down to this final round. What are our categories?
Question 1 is going to be in the category of tight ends of industry. Number 2 is in the category of incalculable. Number 3 is doggy dog world. Number 4, insurmountable. Number 5, Okie afterbirth.
All right. The wagers are now locked in on these silly categories. So let's get the questions.
All right. Number 1 in the category of tight ends of industry. What former NFL tight end hosts a podcast called Wide Open, in which he invites guests from business and entertainment to discuss success? Number 2, incalculable. Named for the German mathematician that published the hypothesis, which famously unsolved mathematical problem concerns the distribution of prime numbers? Number 3, doggy dog world. Of the 7 groups of dogs that compete at the Westminster Dog Show, which group? I'm going to take that again. Doggy dog world. Of the 7 groups of dogs that compete at the Westminster Dog Show, which group boasts the most best in show wins? Number 4, insurmountable. Gankar Pansum, spelled GANKHARPUENSUM, is the tallest mountain in the world to never be summited. And what mountain range is Gankar Pansum? And number 5, Okie afterbirth. Found in giant forest of Sequoia National Park, what is the name of the largest tree by volume?
All right. Let's consider these answers and we'll meet back up. All the answers are now locked in. So let's get to the questions one more time. See how we did.
All right. In tight ends of industry, what former NFL tight end hosts a podcast called Wide Open, in which he invites guests from business and entertainment to discuss success?
All right. For a big 0 points, me and Jeff put Gronk.
we wagered 15, and I would love to hear a Gronk podcast. This is a man who found himself wide open quite a bit, as he has, I think, one of the most touchdowns for a tight end, Tony Gonzalez.
Yep, it is Atlanta Falcon, Tony Gonzalez.
And Chief. He played a couple of places.
Yeah, but we
I
love
know,
him
you
here.
know. I didn't even take that. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Atlanta connection.
And number 2, incalculable. Named for the German mathematician that published the hypothesis, what famously unsolved mathematical problem concerns the distribution of prime numbers?
This is a mathematician who was mentioned once before on an episode of Triviality that I just edited, and one of the only mathematicians I know, and we put Euler.
Wow. Yeah, that is very far off from what we put. We weren't sure. We just knew that Schrodinger sounded German, and we thought maybe he was maybe more than physics, so we said Schrodinger.
It is Riemann, the Riemann hypothesis.
Oh, yeah, the Riemann conjecture. Sorry. That's one of the 7. There's the Millennium Prize or something like that. There's 7 unsolved conjectures that they have a lot of money on the table if people can solve.
All right, so we took a 20-point hit on that one.
We wagered 15 on that one, so back even.
In the category of Doggy Dog World, of the 7 groups of dogs that compete at the Westminster Dog Show, which group boasts the most best in show wins?
Yeah, we couldn't honestly name the groups even. We wagered 10 and we put terriers.
We wagered 15, and after one of my favorite shows, we said terriers.
It is the terrier. It's not even close. They have 46, and I think the second group with the most has 18 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, they're cute dogs.
Number 4, insurmountable. Gankar Pusam is the tallest mountain in the world that has never been summited. And what mountain range is it?
For another 10 points here, we put the Himalayas.
Yeah, for another 15, we didn't know too many mountain ranges. We thought this might have sounded like it could be around the Thailand area, so we said Himalayas.
It is the Himalayas. All right, and our final question, an Oki afterbirth. Found in giant forests of Sequoia National Park, what is the name of the largest tree by volume?
For our last 10 points, we put the General Sherman.
We wagered 15. We know Sherman oaks are biggest trees, and this was named after General Sherman.
Yep, another Atlanta nod. It is General Sherman, which I believe it's a giant sequoia.
Okay. After the final round, we over at Scott's Tots gained a measly 10 points, whereas Kevin's famous chili mixed those chili beans and ground beef and peppers up in a pot, and it's delicious, and I hope you don't spill it all over the carpet, but you got 170 points, so you're the cream of the crop.
I am the cream, yeah, the cream of the crop.
Great game, Matt. Matt carried us the first half.
Yeah, Matt was pretty on fire here today.
Not the second half, but yeah, some of the first half, I knew somehow it just came to me, so felt good.
Good job, Matt.
That was a fun game, Bailie. Thank you for putting it together for us.
You.
Yeah, it was fun to write.
Anything new in your world that we should know about as we bid you adieu here?
Not particularly. Wanted to shout out to my mom, my pa, and to my husband, David, who helps make my life easier every day and helped with some of these questions.
Thank you, David, as well.
Yeah, thank you, David.
All right, well, that'll bring us to the conclusion of today's episode. For Matt, Jeff, Neal, and myself, Ken, that was Triviality.
Wow, that's warm.
What were we at before 60?
Yeah, so we're
90, and you guys are at 105?
105. One moment, please.
Whiff.
Did it go in?
No way.
I can't even see it, but I know it didn't go. Felt it from LA.
The cursed can is
makes
back.
its return.
All right.